Let's close this up, and now let's go into the headers. So we have the company logo. So we can add, a company logo here within the header, or we can remove the company logo. So we have a little bit of customization capability. Report period. So if I remove the report period, it's going to take off this line item. Now, why would that be useful? Sometimes, remember, when I create a default report, what's going to happen is we have a balance sheet which is typically reported as of a point in time. Notice it says as of December 31st, 2025. That's because it's as of a point in time. But what if I now add the prior year? Now it's not really as of 2025. It's got 2024 and 2025, or 2025 and 2024, which means this sub report this sub period, report period, might no longer be good. It'll be confusing, possibly. Possibly we want to remove it and just use the period dates down here. So, and then we have the company name. So we can click off the company name. So maybe we could say, hey, look, the company name is taking up too much space or something like that. We already know what company it is because it's my company file, possibly. And so we could remove the company name. If you're working internally, then that could be useful, possibly, just to save as much space as possible so you have less scrolling down activity. But by default, that will be on, of course. And then we have the alignment. So within the alignment, you've got the left align, which is just going to move it on this side. You've got the center, which is the default, and then the right align, which will move this bit on this side. Notice it's so usually it's going to be centered. So that gives you a little bit of customization, not a whole lot of customization. If you want more customization, you can export it to Excel and then have a whole bunch of options that you can customize with, but you can't save those every time. They won't be generated automatically, as can be done with these customized options, which then you can save the report options, possibly making it easy to get to those reports every time you want to. Let's go into the footer. So within the footer, we've got the date prepared. So that's going to be down here. So we have the date prepared. So maybe you don't want that. Oftentimes I would think maybe that might not be necessary, as well as the time down below, time prepared. Maybe you remove those from the footer. By default, they're in place. So oftentimes I might remove those. The footer alignment similarly can be left aligned, center. So if we go down to the footer, left aligned, center, and right aligned. So there we have that. And by default, it's going to be in the center. So those are going to be the general items on this side. Let's take a quick look within the classic view. By the way, you could move this whole thing up with this little triangle just to give you some more real estate. That's pretty cool too, because if you might want to have more information on one screen.